Okay, here we go. We're getting water on the fire. Hopefully that is going to be enough. Okay, pivot up and down. Whoa, did I just lose a wheel? How are we on fire? Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to more Endless Scrap Mechanic. In today's episode of Scrap Mechanic Creations, we're going to be checking out what is probably my new favorite build. I've got this really awesome Airport Firetruck here. Now, to go along with this Firetruck, I have modified the exploding plane. Now, if you don't know the exploding plane, it was when explosives first came to Scrap Mechanic. It was a really fun build. I'll leave a link up in the top right if you do want to see this awesome build on its own. But for today, I have modified it, and it is now the burning plane. So that is what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to be starting fires, and then we're going to be responding with great urgency to try and put them out using this truck. It's going to be awesome fun, so let's get started. Alright, before we start putting out fires, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of the Airport Firetruck for you guys so you can see what this build is all about. I am extremely happy with the way it turned out. I decided to add a whole bunch of detail work to it and all that good stuff. It was loads of fun to build. Now over here on the left side, I can open up this door right here, and that allows access in to the back of the Firetruck here. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But we also have some side storage containers as well. We can open this one up, and there you go. We've got some extra fire boots as well as some emergency hatchets there. Now this is using some really awesome Karasu wheel mods. So you can see these wheels. They look absolutely amazing, and they are huge as well. But I think they fit this build absolutely perfectly. Now back here we have access to the engines here if you ever do want to change the engine speed of the Firetruck as well. And I even actually put ladders. Now you can see these ladders, well, you can't actually climb up the ladder, but at the top of either side there is a seat, which is what I typically do when I want to simulate a ladder in Scrap Mechanic. I'll just put a seat at the top of it, and then we can pretend like our little mechanic has climbed up. Now up here on the top of the Firetruck, we can see a great view of the water cannons, and we also have some piping systems. Now of course there is no actual water in Scrap Mechanic, but I decided to add like some piping detail anyway, just to kind of get that extra effect going. Now, I didn't put any working doors at the front of the truck, just because they get stuck usually, and it's kind of laggy. So all you have to do is just jump up and over in through the window there. And here you can see the inside of the Firetruck. So we have some extra air bottles on some racks here on either side. And we also have like a false control station here with some switches and stuff that don't actually do anything, but just kind of give you the impression that there is actually some type of water system in here. And you can see up above there is more piping, and this was kind of like piping that was supposed to lead up to the water cannon itself. Now hopping into the driver's seat, there are a few controls that you can use from the driver's seat. Now you can't actually fight fires from here. This is for driving only, so let's give it a little bit of a spin here. This thing is loads of fun to drive around. It's relatively fast, any faster and it tends to kind of tip over a little bit, but I would say for some emergency response on the runway here, this is going to be pretty quick. Now we've got a few switches though. Now the one key is going to turn on a little bit of a dome light there. Now 2 is interesting. 2 is going to open up both of the side bay doors on each side of the Firetruck, and it also activates the main lights within here as well. So this is kind of like full emergency. You can crack these open and you'll be able to go in and out and through very, very easily. But you can also manually do it right here like so. You can see it turns the lights on, the doors open up, and they shut again. And of course, no Firetruck would be complete without some flashing lights. So if you press 3, you can see up on the top here, we've got some emergency flashing light, which of course just adds to the urgency of the situation. And speaking of urgency, we've got wipers. Okay, the wipers are not actually urgent at all. Now, in order to use the water cannon, you do have to get out of the driver's seat and get over here into the passenger seat. Now, the whole idea for this build, though, is that you would have a friend. So one person's driving, the other person is in the seat ready to fight the fire, and you can, like, take turns getting to use the water cannon. But you can see here, we can press 1. Look at that. The water cannon rises up. And using W and S, we can rotate the entire thing 360 degrees. So no matter where the plane is, where the fire is, we are able to locate it. And then the last thing you got to do, of course, is launch the water so you can use the water cannon. Look at that. Beautiful stream of water. It's got a nice arc to it. Now, if you are a little closer, you can press the 2 key. That is going to point it down, and then you have a little bit lower and more direct kind of angle of the water. But of course, this is all pointless if we don't have any fire. So the question is, how are we gonna have fire? So at the back of the fire truck, I have 3 buttons here. Now, each button is set up to a different fire location on the airplane that is found on the runway. So here is how it's going to work. I'm gonna go into a hangar. I'm going to press one of those buttons. Now, each button, like I said, is going to manage a different part of this plane. It's going to set it on fire, and then our job is going to be to respond to the fire and try and put it out before it destroys this whole plane. Now, as for the 3 fire locations, one of the fires is located here in the front at the cockpit. The second fire is going to be located somewhere in the middle here at the main body. And then the third fire is an engine fire. So I don't know exactly what order these are going to happen in, but we're going to do 3 different instances of the fires. We're going to try and put them out. And then we're going to do a run where we light the entire thing on fire, and we hope that we can get it in time. Now, if you guys do get the burning plane and the Airport Firetruck from the Steam Workshop, I have to let you guys know, you should definitely weld this plane down at multiple different points. So you can see here, I have a weld point here to the ground on the tip of the wing. I also have 2 at the front of the plane. There's another one here on this wing, and then we also have 2 more at the back. Now, it's ideal to weld this plane to the ground because the moment the fire truck gets too close to the plane, you're gonna get really, really bad FPS. Now, it seems like everything is ready to go. We're gonna hop into the fire truck. We're gonna plant ourselves in the hangar back there. We're gonna start a random fire, and then we are going to respond. Okay, moment of truth. It is time for fire number 1. We are going to make our way to the back of the truck. Like I said, we're going to start from the left, work our way to the right. I don't know which fire is actually going to start. So let's start with the left one. Here we go. Press and hold it for a couple seconds. Now we're going to run to the driver's seat. We are going to make our way. Okay, there it is. The plane is on fire. We've got the lights on. Now this seems to be an engine fire. Oh man, look, there was just an explosion. Okay, we gotta get to this fire in time, guys. So here we go. We're gonna make our way around the runway. Oh, geez. Okay, just remember, guys, the fire spreads really fast with these new water cannons. So you definitely want to be very careful. Okay, geez, let's try and get this fire put out before it spreads even further. Okay, here we go. We're getting water on the fire. Hopefully that is gonna be enough. Okay, pivot up and down. Whoa, did I just lose a wheel? How are we on fire? Okay, hold up. Oh no. This was not supposed to happen. How did we catch on fire? Okay, well, guys, I didn't really plan for the truck itself catching on fire, but I think we succeeded in putting the fire out on the plane. All right, I'm just gonna delete this before it gets too messy in the world. Now, let's see, how bad was this damage? Wow. Okay, there's the airplane toilets. Okay, there was a lot of damage. There's hardly anything left on the back of this plane here. We got 1 engine remaining. Wow. So it was a good response. We got out here. We put the fire out. We kind of set ourselves on fire. So I think I'm going to have to remember maybe to keep a safe distance while trying to put the water on. All right, here we go. I've got another plane ready to burn. So we started with the left button. Now it's time to move on to the middle one. I'm not sure where it's going to happen. So here we go. We're going to activate it. The fire should have started. Our emergency stuff is ready to go. Okay, here we go. Turn the lights on. Yes, indeed, there is a fire. This is fire in the cockpit. Oh, man. Okay, we got to get there really fast. Now, this one, I might try and just drive straight up to it. Just like this. Why would I position sideways? Okay, hold on. There's fire everywhere. Back up safely. Oh my god. Okay, I almost set this whole thing on fire again. Okay, there we go. Let's just start responding. We don't have time to waste here, guys. Let's put this fire out. Just like so. Is that enough? Okay, no, it's really burning. It is really, really burning. Okay, come on. We've got this, don't we? Is that it? I think that's it. Okay. It seems like we have accomplished our goal. Let's see the truck here. Does the truck have any fire? Okay, nope. The truck is not on fire. That's very successful. And look at the damage here. Wow. There is almost none of this cockpit left whatsoever. I think this one actual cockpit seat here is hanging on by a thin hair. Wow. So that was the engine fire as well as the cockpit fire. There is one more fire to go, and I think it might be one of the hardest ones to deal with. So we're going to clean up the runway here, and we're going to get ready for another run. All right, we're ready for another fire. Now, I really hope that the manufacturer of this airplane looks at their practice, because every single plane so far has caught on fire. Now, we've done the first two. Now, let's try the third one. Like I said, this one might be the most difficult to deal with. So here we go. We're going to set the fire on. Okay, now we're going to run to the seat. Here we go. Oh, geez. Yeah, look at it. There it is. The fire is burning on the top of the plane. Now, this is a little bit of an awkward spot because the wing is kind of blocking us from getting closer. So let's see how good we can get. Oh, man. Okay, this is burning really, really fast. Okay, we got to get into the seat here. Okay, lift it up. Point it out. Okay, here we go. We got to get water on this ASAP. This is burning way too fast. Okay, here we go. Water is going out. Is it going far enough? I wonder. Okay, it looks like it might be. Oh, man, this is so satisfying. We're going to do a nice panning spray. Okay, I don't think we are close enough to that farther flame there, are we? All right, no, I'm going to reposition the truck here. We're going to get a little bit closer. Now, remember, guys, when dealing with these fires, though, I can assure you 100% that all of the people on board were removed safely from the flight well before. And if anything, you know what? This is just a little bit more of a training exercise than anything. Okay, there we go. Wow, that's so satisfying. Now we gotta go and inspect the damage on this one. Okay, so this was a main cabin fire. You can see how quick it spread across the top of the entire fuselage there. But I would say we did a pretty good job. The major damage was mainly to the exterior. You can see where all of the seats are here. All of the seats seem to be rather untouched for the most part. But man, this looks so cool, and man, was it satisfying to put out. Alright, now before the final burn, I wanted to take this time to show you guys a couple little fun details. Now, these are the small things I love about builds. You can see I have like a winch hook on the front that swings around when you drive it. And at the back here of the truck, there are also mud flaps that swing around as well. So when you're driving around, you see these little features. I think it just adds a whole new level of immersion. But now, I have done all three burns separately. I think that last one was the closest, cutting it close to not saving the plane. So let's push our limits. This time, I'm going to activate all three fires at once, and we are going to try and put it out before the plane is unrecognizable. So here we go. We've got the three buttons. I'm going to press 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that should be 3 fires burning on the plane. There it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. That is not good. Let's get the sirens going here. Okay. The fire is spreading so fast right now. I don't even think we're going to have time to get here and put the fire out. I don't know. Let's get really close. Not too close. Well, you know what? We have to get close enough, don't we? Okay, here we go. Let's try our best. I'm going to just start turning the water on. Let's start spraying water. Okay, I'm spraying the water way too early. Okay, here we go. Get some water on this plane. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work or not. This might be too late, guys. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe this is working. Maybe this is working. Okay, there we go. The fire's still burning. Okay, maybe I should focus on one spot at a time here. Let's stick to the back for a moment here. Okay, I can hear the steamy sizzle. Okay, we've got a decent amount of it out here. Now, let's just worry about the front of the plane here. It's still burning a little bit. Okay, there we go. Wow. No way. Now, I am very surprised that I was able to put the whole fire out. Now, I think positioning is key. Now, I bet you there's a lot of training that goes into how you would approach an aircraft that is on fire with a vehicle like this. Now, I feel like that positioning was actually ideal. I was able to sweep water across the entire craft and we got the whole thing out. So that is going to be today's video, guys. If you did enjoy these builds or the video, then please let me know by hitting that like button. Also, let me know what you thought down in the comments as well. There's going to be links in the description for the Steam Workshop, guys, if you want to check these builds out yourselves. They are loads of fun. Be very careful with fire, though, because as you can see, things can get out of hand very, very fast. Now, as always, guys, if you did enjoy what you see and you wanted to see more of it, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, maybe even turn on some notifications so you can get the latest and the craziest coming from me in Scrap Mechanics. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one, so bye for now.